Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. Today we're doing the week NFL 4 predictions. Well, week 4 NFL predictions. I flipped that around, my bad. But we're going to be doing those today in this video. And holy crap. Last week was insane. You had 4 blocked field goals that same week. You had so many pick sixes. Honestly, last year was probably last week of the NFL was probably the craziest and weirdest, honestly, the most chaotic one of the past 5 years in NFL league terms. And yeah, it was just crazy last week. Anyways, enough yapping about that. We're actually going to get straight into this. First game, you got Thursday Night Football. You got the Seahawks at the Cardinals. The Seahawks, hey, at defense, looks real nice. Also got a kick return for a touchdown, I believe. And Sam Darnold didn't look too bad in that game, but I mean, it is the Saints, so we can't really gas the Seahawks that well. They are starting 2-1 though. But yeah, that's pretty much for the Seahawks after they dropped a 44 burger on the Saints. Then you got the Cardinals over here, losing to the 49ers. Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison connection still not happening, quite yet. Still waiting for that to happen, and Cardinals still do sit at 2-1. Waiting for that connection to happen after Marvin Harrison also dropped the ball, losing to the Niners, to Mac Jones, and also losing James Conner for the whole year. So Trey Benson is going to be their starter. And honestly, I don't think Benson's bad, so we'll get a nice sneak peek at him. I do like the Cardinals in this football game, though, because, well, like we said, the Seahawks are still not just doing it for me. So I am going to take the Cardinals here, 27-13. I think the Cardinals get an easy win here against Seattle. Next game, you got Vikings at Steelers. The Vikings, well, their defense came very good against Cincinnati, getting multiple turnovers and fumbles from my Bengals, unfortunately, and also scoring a high of 48 points. Carson Wentz didn't have to do too much out there and just got them the big win against Cincinnati. And yeah, taking on the Steelers, which the Steelers, they're the most mid team ever. I mean, their defense doesn't look too terrible, and their offense is somehow just putting enough work in for them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is honestly an icky game. Now, this game's really going to come down to defensively. I think offensively, both these teams are kind of balanced. Steelers probably got to take the edge for offense, though. But other than that, they're pretty balanced. I am actually going to take the Steelers here in a close game. I'm going to take them 20-17. I think they'll get the win over Minnesota. I don't think it's going to be too much of a task. I do think the Steelers are more or less banged up than the Vikings. So I am going to take the Steelers in a close one. Next game, you got Commanders at Falcons. Commanders, well, Jaden Daniels wasn't in the game, but Marcus Mariota was, and yeah, the Commanders are another team that doesn't really have to do much because their team is actually pretty good built offensively from the looks of it. Zach Ertz, when we talk about Zach Ertz, what he's putting in at his age, it's crazy, man. The run game looks solid for the Commanders, and yeah, they beat the Raiders. Marcus Mariota looked decent, and that's all they need from the Commanders. And they got, honestly, a dominant win against the Raiders, so good for them. Jaden Daniels is coming back for this week, though, I believe. The Falcons, though, Michael Penix did not look so great against Carolina as they got shut out as well. So, yeah, I am going to take the Commanders here. I'm going to take them 27-16. I just think the Falcons just didn't look so good last week, and I don't think they're going to look good this week as the Commanders are getting Jaden Daniels back. So it's going to be much harder to beat them. I wouldn't be surprised if they do end up going into overtime like last year, because when these two teams met up, they had a great battle, and Michael Penix, just don't know, man. Had me thinking he was a good quarterback, and now it's all, whoa, what the heck, you know? So there's that. Next game, you got the Saints at Bills. Come on. Or I should say the nobody's at Bills. The Saints. Well, now they start 0-3. Spencer Rattler looks okay. Their offense is just bad. Their defense is just bad. The coaching there's just bad. Everything's bad in New Orleans right now. They start 0-3. The Bills, on the other hand, though, they start 3-0. So this game is either going to be a complete blowout for Buffalo, or the Saints are somehow just going to win. There's no in-betweens. There's literally no in-betweens. Either this is going to be a loss for the Bills, or this is just going to be a complete blowout. So, I am going to take Buffalo here. Saints are not really that good of a team, obviously. Told everybody they were going to be terrible. I'm going to take the Bills 34-7 here. Don't think the Saints have offensive power for this game, nor defensive power, as Josh Allen does look like the leading MVP so far. So, yeah, the Saints, they got one coming for them. Next game, you got Browns at Lions. The Browns. Wow. Well, their defense won them that game. Blocked field goal at the end, put them in field goal range, and they didn't have to do too much. A turnover from Jordan Love put them in the red zone, and yeah, that was pretty much it. The Browns, other than that, couldn't do crap, and the Browns actually slipped out a win against the Packers. Meanwhile, the Detroit Lions, I told everybody everyone was overhyping the Ravens this year, and look at them. They might start 1-3. So, the Lions, man, oh man, Gibbs, St. Brown, Goff, everybody on that team looks like they're back into Super Bowl contention form. As if people were saying the Lions were going to be this bad of a team, oh, blah, 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 blah. And they had one loss, and everybody jumped right onto them. Well, they're playing Cleveland, which, yeah, the Lions, I like to see the Browns try to stop the Lions here. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty rough. Give me the Lions here 33-14. Maybe the Browns show a little bit more pointage, but other than that, I got the Lions winning 33-14 pretty easily. So, yeah, Detroit Lions, they stay winning. Next game you got the Panthers at the Patriots. The Panthers, why? They got their first win of the season against the Falcons, which was a really good one. Bryce Young looked okay, but that defense of the Panthers looked really good. And, yeah, they got their first win, 30-0. And they're heading to New England, which is a winnable game. They could, honestly, this could be a sneaky good game. And the Patriots, turnovers, man, just turnovers. From, I think Drake May had a turnover, Ramondre Stevenson had 2, and they could have won that game. The Patriots really should have won that game at the end of the day. Just turnovers killed them. But I'm going to tell you right now, Drake May is looking really good. I'd honestly take Stevenson out and split carries with Travion Henderson, though, because I really like Travion Henderson, and I think he's going to be a top running back at the end of the season if they decide to use him more. So, yeah, but that's a side note. I do think the Patriots are going to slip out a win here. Carolina just hasn't proved enough for me quite yet, as they did start 0-2. They are 1-2 now. But I'm going to take this in a sneaky close game, 26-21. I think Carolina has impressed me with a lot they've done last week. Or it could be just Penix is bad or something. I don't know. I don't think Penix is all that bad, though. Maybe he just had a bad week, maybe. So that's all Falcons fans are hoping for, is that he just had a bad week, which he definitely did. Either way. So I am going to take the Patriots 26-21. Moving on, next game, you got Chargers at the Giants. The Chargers 3-0. Justin Herbert, leading passing leader to this point. Didn't think this was going to happen. Guys, Quentin Johnson, 3 straight games he been balling for the past 3 straight games. This is surprising because it's like Quentin Johnson is all of a sudden starting to want to play football, which is crazy. And Quentin Johnson looking like that wide receiver 1 in LA, which is kind of crazy. The Chargers, best start they could have had. Taking on the 0-3 Giants, which the Giants, yeah. Russell Wilson got benched. Jackson Dart is starting this week. This is his debut game, so honestly, I could see an upset here. Russell Wilson didn't look too good, though. Cam Scatterboo, though, he should be the starter for the Giants at running back, and yeah. Other than that, offensively, Giants couldn't do nothing against Kansas City. They had so many opportunities to do stuff, but turnovers and other stuff, so classic Giants moves. I am going to take the Chargers here. I would like to see if Jackson Dart can pull off the upset. I know a lot of people probably... honestly, I was edging toward taking the Giants just for an upset, but I am going to take the Chargers here. I just couldn't really see the Chargers being 3-0 at this point. So I'm gonna take the Chargers 28-10. Maybe Dart does something special for the Giants. So we'll see. We'll see. Next game, you got a good one here. You got the Eagles at the Buccaneers. The Eagles. Oh my God. 2 blocked field goals against the Rams, also blocking the game winner. And offensively, the Eagles really didn't do nothing to the Rams in the first half. And then in the second half, Jalen Hurts started throwing that ball, going for some touchdowns. A.J. Brown finally getting touchdowns. Devontae Smith finally getting the ball. Dallas Goedert had a touchdown, I think. And yeah, things are looking pretty good for the Eagles. As the Buccaneers, well, they're 3-0 as well. 3 games for the Bucs that have led to game-winning, game-ending field goals for the Buccaneers. Well, 3 game-winning drives, I should say. Baker Mayfield, Mr. Clutch right so far. So, yeah, the Buccaneers, though, they are missing Evans for 2 to 3 weeks, so he's not going to be in this game. So, therefore, I was going to take Tampa Bay originally, but since he got hurt, I am going to take the Eagles here to get the win. I wouldn't be surprised if Tampa Bay still does end up winning this game because, well, Emeka Egbuka has just been going off, but yeah, and Tampa Bay already owns the Eagles, if you know, you know. I don't know why, they just seem to always have their number, so yeah, but I am going to take the Eagles here, 23-20 overtime. I think it'll be a close game, though. I think the Bucs will try to keep it a close game, but this time Baker Mayfield ends up failing without Mike Evans, so there you go. I think Chris Godwin's supposed to be coming back soon, so that should be cool to see very soon, but yeah. Oh boy, next game. Yeah. You got the Titans at the Texans. Whew, the Titans. Well, yeah, the Titans are the Titans. Defense performed bad. Well, I can't really blame the defense for anything anymore just because their offense just is terrible. Cam Ward threw a pick 6. Not saying Cam Ward's the problem there. It's just the receivers. Don't give him a chance to show the NFL anything. He's made some good highlights, but he's also had his first bad highlight. But yeah, the Titans were expected to be 0-3. Another team that's 0-3 is the Texans. The Texans, man. I took them against the Jaguars, and look at them. They're 0-3 now. Oh. Yeah. Well, the Texans. This should not be a spot you guys should be in right now. I know Joe Mixon is still out in that, and yeah, but CJ Stroud, no one's got that offense together. This offense has to start rolling. And the Texans lose this game. If the Tennessee, if the Houston Texans lose this game, I might never take them. So give me the Texans one final chance. You guys should be able to beat the Titans, the no offenseless Titans, 31-13. This is the game that they start showing some offensive life. Hopefully, I'm rooting for the Texans here. Yeah, Titans don't have offense, so if they lose this game, oh man, or unless they win 6-3, it's gonna be very concerning, Texans. But guys, Texans win this game. Next game, you got the Colts at the Rams. The Colts. Daniel Jones is 3-0. Got him looking like Josh Allen out here against the Tennessee Titans. Wow. The Colts are really surprising. Jonathan Taylor had 2 touchdowns, I think, against the Titans. And Jonathan Taylor is also kicking into high gear, too. So, this Colts team, they're looking at a playoff spot this year. They're first in their division. All they're really competing with so far is the Jaguars, which are 2-1. So, it's really interesting to see who's going to win this division now. Because the Texans, they look like they're getting out of it. They're getting out of pace here. So, the Texans got to start kicking in pace. They are taking on the Rams, though, which the Rams lost in a crazy fashion with a blocked field goal to win it. So, yeah, the Rams, their offense looks really good, though, as Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, and Devontae Adams looked very good against the Philadelphia Eagles. So, the Rams are definitely competing now. Regarding this game, this is a real test for the Colts, honestly. This is a bigger test than what the Colts have gotten so far. But I am going to take the Rams here. I do think the Rams have more offensive power. I trust the Rams a little bit more. Not fully on the whole, Daniel Jones thing. Not saying he's bad, but I do think the Colts do keep this competitive. So, give me the Rams 24-19. I think the Rams slip out or win against the Colts. Giving the Colts their first loss. I think this is a valid pick, so give me the Rams here. The next game you got, what the frick is this game, bro? You get the Jaguars at 49ers. The Jaguars, 2-1, beat the Texans, didn't really do much. The Jaguars honestly didn't really look that good against the Jaguars. The run game couldn't really get going. Trevor Lawrence just did enough on the field to beat the Texans, and yeah. This Jaguars team don't deserve to be 2-1, honestly. But I'll give them their props where it's due. Their defense looked really nice against the Texans, or it might just be the Texans in general not being able to score offensive points. But not gonna hate on the Jaguars as they're taking on the 49ers and Mac Jones once again, I think. And also Nick Bosa is out for the rest of the season, ACL injury. Now, if the 49ers end up winning this game, it's something needs to be studied in San Francisco because they should not be 3-0 as well. But I actually am going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this game. I think Mac Jones is due for a bad game, if even has one. So, give me the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this football game, y'all. 30-11. I think the Niners get kind of blown out here, so yeah, give me the Jaguars. I think they're due for. I think BTJ is gonna have a big game here. Maybe even Travis Hunter. One of the two are gonna have a big game. So I'm calling it. But Jacksonville, I got them winning here. Next game, you got Ravens at Chiefs. 2-1-2 teams to start the season. The Ravens lost against the Lions, and yeah, Derrick Henry. Another costly loss from Derrick Henry, and yeah, the Ravens. Other than that, Lamar Jackson looked great, but it's just costly fumbles, turnovers for the Ravens. Once again, their defense also looked really terrible against the Lions. If they couldn't stop anything. So yeah, the Ravens, they're looking a bit fragile here, as the Chiefs, with no offense, got the win against the Giants. They could have lost that game. Other than that, the Chiefs, they're in a weird spot right now. They're taking on Baltimore. A lot of people are taking Baltimore for this game because their offense is just bad. I mean, their offense really is bad. But I'll give the Chiefs credit where credit is due. Their defense still looks like that Super Bowl defense we all know and see. And yeah. But for this game, this is like a terrible. I hate to root for one of these two teams, but this week, I gotta root for Kansas City. We have to have Baltimore go 1-3 as best case scenario for all Bengals fans. Every Bengals fan is hoping that the Chiefs lose this, the Ravens lose this game. And that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm actually gonna take the Chiefs here, 22-19, low scoring game. I do think the Ravens, when they play good teams, have had costly turnovers. I think maybe one happens here. Either way, whoever I'm rooting for, it doesn't matter. I do think the Chiefs will actually pull out another win here. So, honestly, this could go either way, depending on how this game goes. So, I am going to take the Chiefs here to get the win. I think Baltimore I think Ravens could win this game, but this is honestly a coin toss for me, But yeah. Next game, you got Bears at Raiders. The Bears, hey, there's that offense we've all been waiting to look at. And Caleb Williams looked great. Player of the week, or at least quarterback of the week. Looked phenomenal against the Cowboys, which, it's the Cowboys, but still. He looked really good, looked comfortable in the pocket. He was throwing bombs to Luther Burton, which is also starting to show up. Rome Odunze looking like a wide receiver 1 or 2 out there. And, yeah, the Bears' offense looked great against Dallas. I like what I've seen. Taking on the Raiders, which the Raiders, oh my God. It's Ashton Jeanty and Geno Smith. I can't even blame Ashton Jeanty because the Raiders can't really run blocks, so. But Ashton Jeanty, they got to figure out a way to get him going, man. Because this run game for the Raiders has looked pitiful. And that offense, just Geno Smith throwing interceptions and stuff, it's crazy. Losing to the Commanders. Yeah. I am going to take the Bears here, though. Hesitated on taking the Raiders. It just depends on who can run block. If they can start trying to run block for Ashton Jeanty, that's what the biggest thing they need to do to take on the Bears. Bears got a good defense. Liked what I seen out of the Bears offense. And yeah, I am going to take the Chicago Bears here, 34-18. I think maybe they'll go back to back good high offensive power style here. So, going to take them 34-18, kind of a weird score. Kind of like the Chiefs game where it was a weird score, but yeah, I'm going to take them there like that. Next game, you got Sunday Night Football. You got Packers at Cowboys. The Packers, well, they lost to the Browns and should have won that game, but also didn't deserve to if they did. Because that offense, wow, their offense looked terrible. Jordan Love threw a costly interception. And also, they missed the field goal to win it against the Browns. Well, potentially could have won it. Most likely would have done it if they didn't get blocked on a field goal. And the Packers, just a messy game all overall. Taking on the Cowboys, which this is a revenge game for Micah Parsons and a revenge game for the Cowboys. So this is due to be a big one. The Cowboys, on the other hand, lost to the Chicago Bears. Offense just couldn't get anything going against them. And also CeeDee Lamb is not going to be in this game. So it's going to be like kind of unfair, but it is what it is, man. CD out, not going on IR though, but will miss 3 to 4 weeks. I think it's because of ankle injury or something like that. But yeah, CD not going to be in this game, so give me the Packers easily here to beat the Cowboys. Do think it will be a little bit interesting here. Didn't like the Packers offense at all last week, so give me the Packers though still 24-13. I think they'll still get the win overall, so that's all that matters for them. So Micah Parsons gets his revenge on the Cowboys because CD's out. So yeah, I was actually gonna take the Cowboys if CD wasn't injured. So, but Packers, y'all get the win. Next game, Monday Night Football. You actually got 2 Monday Night Footballs. The first one, you got the Jets at the Dolphins. 2 0-3 teams. Yep, nobody's watching this game. I ain't gonna lie, bro. No one ain't watching this game. Let's be so for real. Only people that's watching this game is delusional Dolphin fans. Let's be so for real. Sorry, Dolphin fans, but it's the truth. Can't handle the truth? Get out. You know? But yeah, seriously, the Jets almost came away with a win against the Buccaneers. Blocking a field goal, returning it for a touchdown, but Baker Mayfield ended up sealing it for the Bucs. And the Jets, season's cooked. So Jets already won those teams, so yeah, no point in doing anything this season because they can't get anything right going. Taking on the Dolphins, which, yeah, the Dolphins, they stayed competitive against the Bills in the first half, and then Tua did dumb stuff and everybody else did, so roughing the kicker lost them the game, and yeah. The Dolphins, yeah, both these teams I don't have high expectations for, but better overall. I am going to take the Dolphins here. Wouldn't be surprised if the Jets do end up winning this. I think the Dolphins bounce back here from this struggling start, and they'll get the win. I think playoff contention is already out of the bag for them. So, give me the Dolphins though, 27-9. And yeah, we're not going to talk about that ugly game. And the last game on Monday Night Football, the late night game at 8:15. You got the Bengals at Broncos. The Bengals, what the frick are we doing? Offensively, looked terrible against Minnesota. Lost, got blown out in the worst possible way. In the worst in history, actually. So the Bengals have made history last week, getting blown out the worst they possibly could, 48-10. Yeah, our offense just looked terrible. Jamar Chase fumbled. Noah Fant fumbled. They had that dude on Minnesota's defense recover like 2 fumbles for touchdowns. And multiple things going wrong. Jordan Mason ran all over us. Carson Wentz looked comfortable in the pocket, and everything just went wrong for us. Jake Browning threw a pick 6, I think. And yeah, it was It was terrible against Minnesota. And taking on the Denver Broncos, which they also lost a close one against the Chargers. Their offense has not been kicking in either. Nor has their defense, kinda. But actually, no, I won't. I'm gonna that was a lie. Their defense has actually been still solid, but offensively for Denver hasn't looked good either. And they start 1-2. Bo Nix gotta get it going here. And this is honestly a lot of people. I know a lot of people were just jumping on Denver after the performance from last week, but hear me out, guys. I think this is a really interesting game because I know we haven't looked good offensively under Jake Browning. Well, at least with the turnovers and stuff. But honestly, Denver, this is our one opportunity to take a game here. Denver offense has not looked that great. Our defense didn't look good at all last week. Well, honestly, I can't even put too much on the defense either because we haven't been able to do crap after losing Burrow. So, yeah, the Bengals though still sitting pretty at 2-1. I'm actually gonna take Cincinnati here, even though I'm a fan. I'm still gonna take Cincinnati just because I feel like our offense is due for a big game. I feel like a lot of people are gonna regret taking the Broncos here. I know a lot of people. It says right here on Yahoo Sports, I can't talk. It says right here on Yahoo Sports that 76% take Denver. So that's crazy. But I know I think the Bengals upset here against Denver because Denver's honestly due for it too. Their offense just has not been kicking in. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't here either. But I would be surprised. Or actually, I wouldn't be surprised either. Because, well, our defense, we really can't identify our own defense yet. So, yeah. But that's the end of this video, guys. Hope you all liked and enjoyed. Also, wait, oops. Hold up. I got the Bengals winning 31-23. My bad. Forgot my score prediction. Anyways, guys, that is the end of this video. Hope you guys liked and enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on the bell for all notifications not to miss one of my videos. And yeah, guys, that's my week 4 NFL predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed. And like I said, y'all, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Turn on the bell. Don't miss any notifications from when I post. That's the end of this video, guys, and peace out.